Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's CSBN broadcast live stream of the Christ School Greenies versus Rabun Gap Eagles. Tonight, it's a conference game for the Greenies, and it's going to be a close one, I think. Greenies are 7-5 coming into this game, looking to bounce back. They just got a win last night against Empire, an Australian team. So Greenies looking to continue their streak right here and tonight. So Hunter, what do you think is going to have to change for the Greenies, I guess, their approach this season to improve?
I think this is going to be a huge turning point for the Greenies tonight, and that'll take us to the national anthem.
And we're back for the starting lineups. First for Rabun Gap, number 5, Abba Wagu. Number 21, Jonathan McFall. Number 24, Thomas Buckis. Number 44, Felix Stahl. And number 55, Farak Kalin.
And for the Greenies, we've got number 0, Jalen LeCue. Number 11, Brad Halverson. Number 1, Trey Austin. Number 23, Brandon Stone. And number 24, Justice Ajabo.
Yeah, so sorry about that. We were rushed for a little bit of time. The JV game went a little long, but that's no problem. So tonight, we didn't mention this yet, but tonight is the annual Silent Night game for the Greenies. This is one of the most enthusiastic games, I think. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun games to watch. But it's interesting because the student section, the well-known student section for the Greenies, they're going to start off dead silent until the 10th point is scored for their team. So if you don't hear any noise, that's just because it's the Silent Night game. It's always a fun one.
Yeah, normally when the 10th point is scored, the Greenies section just goes absolutely bonkers. And it really, surprisingly, gives us an edge when they start going a little crazy. You know, it psychs the other team out a little bit. This place gets rowdy.
It is, as Brandon Stone passes it, wins the tip-off, but Jonathan McFall with the basket, he slams that one home. So Greenies, like we said, they're 7-5. The 5 losses, though, this season, they've been some tough ones. I mean, nationally ranked teams as Austin misfires. So we'll see how the Greenies come out today, as a little miscommunication there for the Eagles. You know what I'm excited to see is the matchup between number 24, Thomas Buckis, and number 0, Jalen LeCue. Both point guards, both very good.
I'm excited to see how number 5 for Rabun Gap, Abba Wagu, he's been lighting us up year after year. It seems like since I've been here, that guy has just shot 3 after 3.
Oh, there's no question about that. His range is unlimited, as Stone gets the rebound, and LeCue takes the ball up the court. Austin for three. Can't get it to go, but Stone just towering over. He gets a rebound, but that's taken away. And so the Eagles take possession. They're up 2-0 right now.
Smoots, when are you predicting this 10th point for the Greenies? Because this place is a little dead right now.
I know. It's got to come in the first quarter, I think, as Buckiss gets the deep three to go. I mean, that's a nice shot right there. I don't know. It's always exciting. You would love to see a dunk as a 10th point, but sometimes it's a free throw, and sometimes it's just anything else as Ajabol gets the layup to go. I feel like Ajabol Justice, he's been great this year. I feel like compared to last year, he's not getting as many looks. I mean, he's still averaging a double-double each game, and he's a key player for the Greenies, but I feel like when you have a team with as many scores as you do on this Christ School squad, it's hard to balance the ball.
Yeah, the improvement by Justice is pretty apparent. I mean, he's only been playing basketball for a couple years now, and he's improving tenfold every year. And you can see the Division I looks he's getting. I believe Stanford was inquiring earlier this week. I mean,
you're right, as Austin gets a floater to go.
And that just shows he gets it done on the court and off the court. A very, very bright young man.
Yes, as Buckiss can't get that to go, but LeCue with the rebound, he'll take it up the court. I think UConn's in the building right now to watch a couple Greenie players as LeCue attacks and gets fouled.
Yeah, UConn, a great program. They had that run a couple years ago with Kimball Walker. I mean, Final Four. Did they win the national championship? I can't remember.
They did that year. That was when the women's and men's won. But I'll tell you what, a guy like Jalen, who's getting looked at by UConn, he's the type of player that would fit in perfectly in a team like that, because UConn's one of those teams that I think we've noticed they focus around their offense. Their defense is solid per usual, but I feel like he's the type of guy, kind of like Kimba, where he distributes and makes his teammates better, as Ashabol puts that one back in. And the Greenies are up 7-5, so just 3 more points, as I know this crowd's anticipating it. It is a packed house. And McFall cannot get that one to go, so Greenies will take over.
Yeah, seeing number 0, Jalen LeCue, at a program like UConn would be really exciting. Watching him run the show as a freshman.
There's no question about that.
Be the top dog.
As Halverson fires for 3, can't get to go. So the crowd will remain silent. One more possession. And Buckiss called for traveling.
Great defense there by Trey Austin.
Yeah, so speaking of the Greenies schedule, like we said, they've played a couple Fab 50 teams. But coming up after this game, they're going to be playing in the John Wall Invitational, I believe, up near Raleigh. So that tournament, there is a lot of good teams that are going to be at that tournament. I looked at the schedule, and IMG is going to be there. Greenfield's going to be there. Hillcrest. There's going to be some top teams. And so I think it'll be a good showcase for the Greenies to prove themselves. As Austin fires for 3. Bingo! And the crowd goes wild. They are going bananas right now.
Yeah, this place erupted. As expected, 10th point, everyone's going nuts. There's brooms flying everywhere. There's hats flying everywhere.
And now the Greenies are fired up. A defensive stop right there. Austin with the ball to Halverson. Wow, and even the players on the court can feel the energy. As LeCue, step back 3. Just short. But now the Greenies are on their feet, so we'll see how the game goes forward now. Christ School up by 5. Buckiss with the ball. So I looked at the stats from previous years, and Thomas Buckiss, number 24 on the court, he actually averaged 23 points per game against Christ School last year in the 2 games they played. I mean, he is a good player that we keep an eye on is Halverson. He's fouled from deep range.
Yeah, that's going to send him to the line for 3. Don't want to put that kid on the line.
Yeah, that foul was called on number 20, Steven Coster, his first, team second. But as we were talking about earlier, we're talking about Jalen specifically with all of these college interests. But there's a lot of players on Christ School's team who have these high Division I interests, including Brandon Stone, Justice, Brad Alverson even, and especially Jalen. So, and even Norris Berry, he picked up an offer from Tennessee earlier this season as Halverson gets his second to go. But I feel like right now the reason the Greenies are 7-5, they're still trying to figure out that winning formula because they're playing these top teams, but it seems like it does seem like they play up to these top teams every time, and I think everybody, including the fans, expect that of Christ School. But I can't figure out what's wrong right now. It might be that there's so many scorers on the court at a time that everybody believes the ball should be in their hands, and they're still working on that chemistry, but I feel like by the end of the season it will be there.
Yeah, as any team sport, success is only one part of success is talent, but there's 99 other factors that go into winning. It's not just success. It's chemistry, it's leadership, it's everything. I mean, talent is only one aspect, and once the Greenies figure that out, then I think they'll be playing up to their potential.
And Halverson gets his third free throw to go, so that's 2 points for him. And this crowd is loving it now that they can finally open their mouths.
Yeah, it's hard to keep about 150, 200 boys quiet for that long, but
as Lawrence Berry with some aggressive defense, I love to see that as Buckus fires a 3, can't get to go, but offensive rebound and misfire by McFall, I believe. And LeCue with the ball. What a pass to Halverson. Floater. Can't get to go, but he's going to go back to the line. That was a beautiful pass there by LeCue to find Halverson in the corner. And that's what a lot of people, you'll see these highlights on Twitter or Instagram of Jalen LeCue slamming one home or Brandon Stone, but you won't realize is they are great passers as well. They love to share the ball as Halverson misses his free throw.
Yeah, I feel like with so many new faces, as they start to gain some chemistry and, figure each other out, each other's movements, just all types of stuff, this team will be deadly. Come playoff time, I mean, it's all about the state championship, an NCISA state championship. What are we sitting at, a month or so from now, 2 months from now?
Oh, plenty of time. I mean, the Greenies, I was talking to Coach DePelta, who is now the head coach of the Greenies, and he was mentioning that the Greenies have about 30 games this season, which is the most they've had in a while, and over 50-60% of those are top teams, and so the only way the Greenies are going to be ready for the playoffs is when they play these top teams and they compete against the best. So we'll see by that time.
Yeah, I think playing all these top teams is just grooming them for the ultimate goal, which is a state championship.
Yeah, you're right. And so on the court right now, the starters except for Austin, Norris Berry is in for Trey Austin.
Rabun Gap having some offensive woes.
And LeCue with the steal, and he slams that one home. Jalen LeCue just destroyed the rim. Wow.
Yeah, he took off from about the free throw line.
I mean, athleticism at its finest. Halverson guarding Wagoo, and he misses a floater, but gets his own rebound and puts it over Ajabo.
Nice play there by Wagoo to stick with it, follow your shot.
And the students right now for Christ School are chanting on some former Christ School names because they're in the building. Some basketball alum, Will Fleming and Matt Halverson, older brother of Brad. They're in the building to watch the Greenies in the annual Silent Night game. It's good to have them back. And McFall gets a steal and can't get the layup over Stone as Barry takes it back up the court, and he finds LeCue for three. Bingo! LeCue for three.
Yeah,
Gets it to go.
I think they're starting to get the chemistry thing, at least for now.
Oh, there's no question about that. But also, the students, they're hyping them up. As Barry, he guards Butkus. And McFall for three. He gets that one to go. I believe he has at least 8 of the 10 Eagles points. And it looks like LeCue's going to settle ball down for one last shot. Greenies up by 8 right now. No team fouls. Knock on wood. But Greenies, it seems like they're off to a pretty good start. As LeCue now 12 seconds to Stone for the mid-range. In and out, but Ajabo can't get it. It looks like Eagles might have a chance. 4 seconds. Butkus from deep. And that one bounces off. So at the end of the first quarter, 18-10, Greenies, they look solid, Hunter. Can't really complain.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great start from the Greenies, 18-10, 8-point lead. Even they started out slow, gave up 5-0 lead to the Eagles, but since then it's been all Greenies. It's been an 18-5 run.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good Rabun Gap team as well. They're an athletic team, and it's a tough conference game because Rabun Gap's usually, Christ School and Rabun Gap, top 2 teams in the conference each year. So it'll be a good statement win if they can continue playing how they did in the first. And so I feel like the one thing I didn't notice in the first was the inside play. Greenies, I feel like, settled for a lot of outside shots. They didn't go inside, and they definitely have the size in this game. But I will say defensively, Greenies look good right now. I know they've struggled with that at the beginning of the season. I know I've talked to Coach DePelto as well, and that's what they work on in practice. So defense looked good.
Yeah, with 2 very similar schools. Christ School and Rabun Gap, just both boarding schools in very rural areas. It's always going to be a good game. Good rivalry, good game in every sport. I mean, just great competition. What I like to see is number 4, Mr. Electric, checking into the game. See if he can give us a little spark.
Oh, and he's been great the past couple of games. Honestly, his shooting has been phenomenal this year. As Barry gets a 3. Oh, Barry loves it.
Yeah, great pass by LeCue. I mean, he showed why he's not only a scorer but a distributor right there on that play.
Oh, and he has 2 triple-doubles during the 12 games that the Greenies have played, as McFall thought about it. So Butkus at the top of the key. He's going to control the Eagles offense, and he dribbles in but deflected out. And he finds Abba from deep. Wow. Wow, yeah, look at that range.
We spoke about that at the beginning of the game. That guy he's got a shot. That's for sure.
And Stone with the easy layup. I will say the reason I love Brandon Stone is not because he is 6'11" and can dunk, but it's because he is consistent. I mean, every single game, it's a double-double. He's going to perform well defensively and offensively. He's going to get these layups.
Mr. Electric. There we go, baby.
Wow, that was quick. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. He's like a flash.
So Kojak gets on the scoring sheet. And the Greenies now up by 12. And Butkus, mid-range won't go, but he gets his own rebound, and he kicks it out to McFall as he shoots a 3, and that's no good either. Barry with the rebound, and he passes to LeCue. And Ajabo with a cross-court pass to Kojak as he can't get the floater to go, but
Yeah, the Greenies are going to want to keep this momentum rolling. They're just pouring it on right now, and they don't want to give anything up.
As McFall gets the easy layup. Great pass there by Thomas Butkus.
Yeah, beautiful pass.
So Barry's going to pass it to Thompson. And LeCue just wasn't ready for the pass. So a turnover for the Greenies. That's, I think, just now 2 turnovers. But I'm really enjoying this game right now. It's been a good game as the Eagles are going to take a full timeout.
Yeah, I think this timeout's going to help the Greenies out a little bit. They gave up an easy layup, turned the ball over. This might kill some momentum, get it back swinging in Christ School's favor. Get the crowd back into it.
Oh, yeah. So I will say I'm a little disappointed in the Greenie student section. They're famous because of their energy, but recently they haven't been showing up. I mean, there's some dedicated fans per usual.
For sure.
But for the most part, I don't know where everybody's been. They've been in the dorms. I mean, I know it snowed about 6 inches up here the other day, but that doesn't mean they have to hibernate.
Exactly right. But, it's exam time. People are busy getting their last-second assignments done, getting ready for exams, which start tomorrow. I mean,
yeah, it looks like right now they're trying to get all their stress out.
Yeah, I think they're got a little crazy over there. People are picking themselves up.
I'm glad to see the underclassmen wearing helmets.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. Got to stay safe.
So Christmas in the Greenie Dome so far, a success for Christ School. They're up 25-15. And the Eagles are going to take the ball up the court. McFall with the ball. And Kalen, number 55, is going to be called for the traveling. He was trying to post down Stone as Ben Craig checks into the game. He's in for Ajabol.
Oh, Kojak, Mr. Electric, almost made a man fall.
So Craig now with the ball. Greenies running the offense, passing it around as Thompson thought about it, but LeCue dives on the ground. And is he going to be called for he's going to be called for a foul. Jumped on the ball and I guess smacked the opponent, but.
Yeah, we had a pretty good view of that one. I mean, he dove. There could have been some contact.
Hey, at least he's getting on the court.
Yeah, going out, getting on the ground, getting dirty for those loose balls. I mean, it's good to see.
As he gets a steal, but Thompson to LeCue. Oh, he tried to windmill it as he finds Stone. And Stone with the and-1, so it looks like it turned out for the Greenies, but I will say, Coach DePelto not happy about that one.
Yeah, Jalen just wanted to put himself on a couple more Twitter videos. He's pretty famous. He's got to get those electrifying dunks in for the crowd.
He knows he's beating himself up about that one. He knows he should have had that one, but
he has showmanship. Gets everyone into it. It's fun to watch.
Oh, there is no question he is fun to watch as Stone misses the free throw, but Stone with another putback. But I will say Thompson with a great hustle right there to get that steal after the turnover. And another traveling on Kalen. So that's back-to-back for him.
He's real physical, though.
Yeah, he's going at Stone every possession. So Greenies their passing looks great tonight. I don't know what's different as LeCue with the reverse layup. Nifty play right there by Jalen LeCue. Greenies. And looks like an offensive foul. Or no, mistake, defensive foul. That one's going to be on Stone I guess, fighting for position. Didn't see that one. That was off ball.
Yeah, they were just.
Sorry, second team foul.
They were just battling down low, and so sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes the other. That time, Brandon Stone was called. Just a little position battle off ball.
The other thing that's different tonight for the Greenies, I don't know if it's just because of the Christmas spirit, as LeCue almost gets a steal, and Abba Wagyu for 3, in and out. Stone with the rebound. Sorry. But another thing that's different for the Greenies is the energy. Lately, they haven't been playing the best teams. Empire was a good, solid team, don't get me wrong, and so was Asheville School, but the Greenies haven't had the energy. I don't know if it's the absence of the student section or what, but today they look energized and ready to play.
Yeah, I think, when you go down, you lose a couple games, you're in a little rough spot, you begin to play with a chip on your shoulder and with something to prove. And I think the Greenies are playing like that tonight because they want the students to come out and support them. They want to give them a show. And if they do, then the students will keep coming back.
Yeah, and Butkus gets the layup, but Barry turns that one over back to Thomas Butkus. And McFall can't get his 3 to go. So Eagles not shooting the best from 3 as Thompson with the behind-the-back pass to Craig. He passes it to LeCue. Back to Craig. And Craig passes it to LeCue. And he takes a body. Wow. He didn't even try jumping that time.
The Rabun Gap defender knew what was about to happen, and he just decided, I'm just going to watch this one.
Wow, LeCue, he is just attacking this rim. He is relentless right now. As a foul's going to be called on Craig. He was guarding Butkus on that one.
Got some subs coming in.
Yeah, so it looks like everybody except Craig's going to come out. So Halverson, Austin, Ashabol, LeCue's going to stay in as well. So those 3 check in for the Greenies. I like this rotation by Coach DePelto.
Keeping everyone fresh.
Yeah, alternate the big guys. And Craig's going to pick up another one. I like how he alternates Ashabol and Stone. I mean, I love seeing them play together, but alternating them gives them some rest, and looks like Barry's going to check back in for Craig.
Yeah, having 2 players that are about 7 feet tall really is a luxury, being able to keep them both fresh and be able to dominate the paint at all times.
So Thomas Butkus with the ball up top. I apologize in advance if I'm pronouncing anything wrong to any of those watching. And Ashabol goes up high to get that one. And LeCue to Halverson for 3. Can't. A little luck from the Christmas spirit there for Halverson. He gets a 3-pointer to go. Bet his brother's proud.
That's why you put backspin on the ball. Get the shooter's roll.
Oh, yeah. You would know.
My jumper's not too bad now.
Thomas Butkus for 3 and can't get it to go, but the Eagles get an offensive rebound, and Wagyu can't get it to go, but another offensive rebound, and finally LeCue goes and gets it himself, and he looks up the court. Finds Halverson, his target again. Off the front of the rim.
Got some fast-paced basketball now.
Oh, it's hard not to enjoy this. And Ashabol gets the ball. LeCue's going to take it up the court yet again for the Greenies. And Barry's going to attack the rim. And 1 for Norrance Barry. That's 5 now. 5 points for Barry. And he's going to go to the line and try to make it 6. So that one was called, I believe, I didn't see who that one was called on.
Yeah, slowly this lead has just grown.
Oh, I know. We haven't even been paying attention. And Barry gets his free throw to go. So Greenies now up by 20 with just under a minute to go. Wow. Greenies look great. McFall, deep three. Can't get it to go, but Halverson gets the rebound.
Yeah, the Eagles just can't seem to get anything to fall on offense, and the Greenies, everything is falling right now. So.
Well, we've seen it be vice versa plenty of times for the Greenies.
Yeah, it's about time.
I know. So Coach Appelto, he's going to take a timeout with 13 seconds left. And the Greenies are going to draw up a play to end this first half.
Let's see what Coach DePelto is cooking up down there. Can you see the...
I can't see from here, but I bet you with a 20-point lead, he's going to try to go inside for an easy basket, because I feel like Coach DePelto, he loves to see them play fundamental basketball instead of settling for shots, which I believe everybody does. So check out High School Basketball Twitter account if you want to see who they will be playing in this John Wall tournament. We will not be live streaming, unfortunately, but the Twitter account will keep you up to date with that over Christmas break.
I'd like to apologize to all my fans. We won't be able to make it, but I'm not sure if they will live stream there. Probably will.
They probably will, so just tune in either way.
Yeah, just check the Christ School Basketball Twitter.
3 seconds left now. Christ School had a turnover, and then the Eagles turned it back over. So Thompson to Austin, deep three, and that one wasn't close. But nonetheless, Greenies up 37-17, limited their turnovers, played great defense, scored with will, and very few fouls. So Greenies, nothing to complain about for them in the first half. But we'll be back in the second half in about 10 minutes to bring you some more coverage. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm down here with Santa on the court at halftime of the Greenies game. Santa, what have you enjoyed so far about this game?
Well, I've loved seeing Gap-Nacoochee just catch bodies all day. I like seeing us shooting threes, and I think we're in a good spot to win.
So what do you think, in this Christmas spirit right now, what do you think all Greenies are wishing for?
I think all Greenies are wishing to get their exams done and go home.
That's a good one. What about this game?
I think the Greenies are definitely home for a win, and I'm going to give Justice more points in the second half.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see Santa maybe later. we are back for some second half action right here in the Greenie Dome. The score at the end of the first half was 37-17. Greenies looking to extend their 20-point lead. So far, I believe Jalen has about 13 points, I want to say. Another great score has been Brandon Stone. So two of the top guys for the Greenies getting in the books early.
Yeah, the Greenies just going to want to see more of what they had in the first half here in the second, and they should be fine.
And it seems like the energy is still there for the Greenies as Kalen can't get his shot to go. And LeCue finds Halverson for three. Can't get that to go, but great hustle there by Austin to get the offensive rebound. And Halverson again misses. Rare sight for the Greenies to see as Wagoo misfires again from three. I feel like that's the thing for Abba Wagoo is we've noticed the several times he's played us in our time here. He's either hot or cold. But when he's hot, I mean, there's
no stopping the man. He's pulling up from half court.
There's no limit to his range as it seems like Kalen's going to pick up an early second half foul as he tried to guard Ajabul.
Yeah, a minute in, both teams still looking for their first points here in the second half.
So Stone's going to check it in up to LeCue. And he finds Austin for three. And another misfire for the Greenies. So 0 for 3 here to start the second half as Thomas Butkiss finds a great pass for the easy layup for the Eagles. And LeCue attacks the basket again to Halverson. Halverson floater gets that one to go. So Halverson starts the Greenies off in the second half as Butkiss takes the ball up the court. I believe Thomas Butkiss is also Latvian. So another Rabun Gap tends to have foreign players on their team. It's another boarding school in Georgia, for those who don't know, and they tend to have a lot of foreign players. As McFall can't get that one to go.
Yeah, I've been very impressed tonight by number 24, Butkiss.
As McFall with the mid-range. That one falls. So Greenies up by 18 right now. And Austin has the ball. And Abba is going to get called for a hand check. So 2 early fouls, team fouls for the Eagles.
Yeah, Greenies, well, no, take that back. They have scored this half. I was going to say they're still looking for their first points, but
Ajabul almost gets that one to go. But he's fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot too.
It's going to be exciting to see Ajabo progress when he gets to college. He's a physical specimen.
Oh my goodness.
I want to see him just go aggressively at the rim. He seems to play a bit timid at times, and I feel like if he can just tap into that athleticism and go after the rim, which I think he'll do in college with some very high-level coaching.
You're right.
It's going to be exciting.
Uh-huh. And he gets his second free throw to go. He has improved his free throw shooting from last year tremendously. But I think another thing for Justice is if you ever watch just replays of the game or pay attention to how easily he gets up and grabs the ball or when he dunks it, he puts little effort into that, but he gets up quickly. Halverson draws a foul.
The Greenie student section now singing a little John Denver. Something I've never seen before.
I know. I thought you and I were the only ones who liked that type of music. So LeCue with the ball. It's going to get called for 5 seconds. Wow. Have not seen that called in a while. So Greenies turn it over again. And the Eagles are going to take possession with under 5 minutes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I've not seen a 5-second call in a while. I thought they took that out of basketball. Is that at the collegiate level or?
No, they've always had that. It's just a rare call as Trey Austin's going to pick up a foul.
Seeing a number of alumni in the crowd today.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, who doesn't love the Silent Night game? It's a Christ School tradition, so I don't blame them for coming back for that. As McFall, mid-range, is no good, and so Greenies will take possession. 4.5 minutes left. And the student section is getting riled up again. I will say, every time they get riled up, the players on the court get a little excited. As Ajabol can't get that to go. Just misfired right there on that. And Austin picks up another foul. So Ajabol can't get the layup to go, and Austin picks up a quick second, and he's going to get subbed out for Barry. I've seen Austin now. He's been starting a couple games in a row for the Greenies, and Barry at the beginning of the year started. I think Barry is a great type of guy to have come off the bench. I mean, he brings energy with him and is also just a great defensive player as Keelan finally gets that one to go.
I think Barry brings a lot of athleticism off the bench. Obviously, a very talented player. Probably one of the top 5 most talented on the team. I mean, he has an offer from Tennessee, but having him come off the bench really, really gives him a lift when he subs in. Just another weapon out there. But you could say that just about anyone on this Christ School team. They're so deep this year.
You're right. And LeCue cashed that 3, so Ajabol with a block. Keelan's been having a rough game against Justice Ajabol. I mean, that's a big body. A Stone for 3. The big man can't get that one to go. And the Eagles will take over. As Buckus can't get that one to go, so Stone with the rebound. And he's gonna dribble up the court.
Yeah, he said, I can shoot the 3, I can take it up the court.
And he'll shoot another 3 and another misfire. So looks like the Eagles are going to take a timeout. Stone a little shooken up about that last 3. Yeah, it doesn't look too happy, but nonetheless, Greenies still up by 21. Just 7 points so far in this third quarter. They really lit up in the second quarter. That's where everything was sort of rolling their way. Shots were falling. Defense looked great. Slowed down a bit, so 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Greenies with a demanding lead on the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, the Greenies the game's kind of slowed down a little bit here in the second half, but still maintain that lead, even extending it to 21 points here.
Yeah, so we spoke about the John Wall Invitational. That's always a good one. But another, right after Christmas break, and right after Greenies come back from the holiday, they will have some tough games coming up. They will play High Point Christian, where 2 years ago they had Bam Adebayo, so they're normally a good team. They will also play Providence Day, a nationally ranked team as well. And after that, they'll have some more conference games. So tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, that Providence Day game is going to be really exciting. 2 of the top prospects in the country, Devon Dotson and Jalen LeCue, just going head-to-head. They're actually very similar players, playing style-wise.
Oh, and Ajabol did not want that coming near the rim. But the Eagles get a basket, and then the Greenies turn it over, so they'll come back up the court, and McFall And Buckhurst can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Greenies not boxing out right now as Abba gets a 3 to go.
Yeah, he's lighting up.
So Greenies gave up 5 points right there from not boxing out. And LeCue with the ball. Throws an oop to Ajabo, and he slams that one home. Ajabo, great hands right there. That fired up the crowd for a sec.
Yeah, you're exactly right when you say he gets up there with very little effort.
Oh, there's no question.
I guess when you're about 6'10", it isn't that far to go, but still, that's a big boy, and he's getting up there with ease.
But he's going to check out for Craig, and Halverson's going to check out for Thompson. But like you were saying earlier, Devin Dotson, I mean, he recently committed to Kansas. He's a phenomenal player, and I mean, we've seen him in the past when he's played Christ School. He controls the tempo of the game, so it'll be interesting to see how him and LeCue battle it out, and if they're even matched up, who knows? Barry might be matched up against them. As yet another turnover for the Greenies. So sloppy play right there. Coach Pelto not too happy. But you know who's been great so far for this game other than LeCue and Stone? For the Eagles, McFall. He's been great. I mean, I had no idea he could shoot this well and just could handle the ball so carefully as number 55, Keelan, he backs down Stone and gets a basket. Barry with the ball.
The Eagles making a little charge here.
Barry thought about slamming that one home, but then gets his own rebound and his foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So it looks like Thomas Buckhurst is going to check back in for the Eagles as Greenies now up by 15, 55 seconds left. Barry gets his first one. Another thing about Lawrence Barry is he hasn't been averaging double figures for the Greenies at all, but he's one of those players that you don't notice on the stat sheet, but when he's on the court, you know that he can handle the ball well, he can find open teammates, and he can score if you give it to him, as he misses his second. So the Eagles, with about 35 seconds left, they're looking to score, cut this lead down. As LeCue with some good defense right there, but number 44, Stahl, can't get his to go, and LeCue will take that rebound. LeCue is going to take the ball at the top. 10 seconds now. He finds Thompson. And he finds Barry. 5 seconds. Barry can't get it to go, and with 1 second left, time will expire. So Greenies up by 16. Going into the fourth quarter, only scored 10 that quarter. So a little slow start for the second half by both teams, actually.
Yeah, a little slowing down in production there in the third quarter, but the Greenies still maintaining a 16-point lead, so they're just going to look to hold that for this fourth quarter, obviously. But the Eagles getting a little momentum. Number 5, Abba Wagyu, was lighting up a little bit there towards the end of the quarter.
Yeah, he was.
I'd like to give a special shout-out to my grandma, Mama Cindy, for tuning in. She's my most loyal fan. Anybody you'd like to give a shout-out to during this little break?
Yeah, my brother Harris, thank you for watching from Dallas. I know he loves watching the Greenies, former alum himself. Hope you're still tuning in. I mean, it's been a great game. I thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying it as much as Hunter and I are. As the Greenies will start off with the ball here in the fourth quarter, and Craig for three. Can't get it to go, but Lawrence Berry with some hustle, and LeCue and one.
Yeah, LeCue really rose up there. He was about to dunk on that guy's head.
Yeah, LeCue, I mean, he's just, I don't understand how athletic he is. I don't think many people do from a camera angle, but when you see him in person, he's a big guy. And can't get the first one to go, but Berry with some hustle, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two himself. Great scrappy play there by Berry. So Greenies up by 18, looking to extend that lead. What else is new with the Greenies, Hunter? What have you seen that's been different than past games we've commentated?
I mean, I just think really chemistry. Everyone's played well this game. We haven't had any. We've been shooting well. The Greenies, they've just been gelling. I feel like that'll happen when you're playing some of the top programs in the country week after week. You're gonna take some shots. You're gonna take some losses, but you rebuild, you get better. That's why you play good competition.
Oh, you're right. And, I mean, they might beat themselves up in the locker room right after a loss, but that's going to make you better, and that's going to make you stronger when it comes down to more big games and clutch time, as Buckus can't get a shot to go. A foul's going to be called on the floor on Stone. But, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'd rather see the Greenies go through their struggles early on in the season and get it down right, so that by the end of the season they're not going to have any problems. As Craig, I believe he's going to pick up yet another foul.
Yeah, the refs are tightening things up here.
Yeah, here in the fourth quarter. So Greenies right now are in the bonus. The Eagles, the Greenies still have a couple fouls to give before the Eagles are in the bonus. But the Eagles are going to have the ball right now. And Keelan is going to post down Archibald. He's going to pick up a foul. So 3 straight fouls for the Greenies in this one possession. And Keelan is going to back Archibald down again, and another kiss off the glass for number 55, Keelan. So Greenies now lead just 18. And Craig finds the ball. He looks to Austin. And the Greenies will reset. And Halverson thought about it, but he goes in for the layup. And a floater there by Halverson.
Yeah, that was a great play by Brad Halverson.
As Thomas Buckus drives down the floor. And Keelan tried backing in Archibald, but he stood his ground. So Austin with the ball. And that one's swatted by McFall. So Eagles with the ball. Abba can't get it to go, but another offensive rebound. McFall. Ooh, a little underthrown there, but McFall rose up. LeCue with the ball. A bullet pass to the corner. Back to Halverson. And he throws that in for Archibald. And he tries to put that in, but LeCue backs him up, and LeCue's going to go to the line to shoot two. So Greenies up by 20, under 6 minutes left. Looks like the Greenies are just in control right now. I really can't tell you what they're doing wrong. I mean, defensively, there's been a couple missed box outs. But other than that, the Greenies, they look like their old selves right now, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope they can keep this train rolling for the rest of the season. I know it's still early on, but I love to see the improvement in chemistry. It's just great to see because there's a lot of new faces this year. Adding, how many of the starters are? We got 3 starters or 2 starters, I believe, that are new this year. So, a lot of chemistry to build, and they're getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what happens when you bring in new students sometimes. There's going to be some problems with the chemistry, and people are going to try to get familiar with each other. So I feel like they're handling it pretty well so far this season. And it seems like students right now in the Greenies section, or the Greenies in the student section right now, are having a little too much fun. So coming out of the timeout, the Greenies behind Jalen LeCue and players like Halverson. Well, actually, honestly, it's been a balanced scoring sheet tonight for the Greenies. Everybody's getting on the board, which is always great to see. And LeCue can't get a second free throw to go, but the Greenies will retain possession. And LeCue with the ball. The second half has been a little bit slower than the first half. I know we like to watch a high-paced game, but Austin with a great shot right there. I mean, I will say Trey Austin it's unbelievable how much he's improved since last year. Not that he was a bad player last year, but this year he's just been a great shooter from the outside the perimeter. As McFall, he gets another layup to go.
Yeah, Austin has really, he's really improved. He went from being a guy that plays a role coming off the bench to, a starter now. And
oh, yeah.
Being really a scoring threat as well as a defensive threat. So
LeCue with the ball in the corner. He drives. Finds Halverson with a ridiculous pass. And Halverson, he's not going to miss that one. I mean, Halverson and Austin, if you let Christ School get an open shot, they'll make you pay if they're on. But we've seen those nights where they haven't been as hot from outside, and it hasn't been as great to watch. But right now, I can't complain about anything. As McFall fires a three, he gets another one to go. I mean, he honestly has had probably a quiet 20 points so far for Rabun Gap. But the Greenies are still up by 22. And LeCue, another pass to Craig, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. LeCue, I mean, where are these passes? Nobody else on the court can see those except him, and that's what makes him so special.
Yeah, this is the first night I've really noticed it, but he really can pass the rock.
I mean, if you watch from courtside, you'll be astonished to see some of these like gaps that he's fitting the ball through. It's awesome to watch. As number 33, Wisisser, checks in along with Lash for the Greenies, and Craig knocks down the first free throw. And he'll knock down the second. So Thompson's going to check in for Craig.
Mr. Electric on the court.
And the students right now cheering on their fellow friend, Max LaCroix, who's about to check in for the Greenies. And I will say, most teams that are going to have a couple players as Buckus, I have to say, that was a beautiful floater right there.
Yeah, that was almost a three-point floater.
I know, as Stone tries to get it, but lob a little short from Barry. And Buckus back to McFall, and he can't get it to go. But as I was saying, most teams, there's a drop-off in the playing ability between the starters and all throughout the bench. But for Christ School, it seems like every single player can contribute in a way, and that includes the last player on the bench to all 5 starters. I mean, there is no drop-off for the Greenies as Thompson dribbles that one out. So 3 minutes left. So Buckus with the ball, setting up Rabun Gap. He finds Keelan in, but I think foul's going to be called on number
33, Wisnitzer.
Yeah, that one's called on Wisnitzer. That's his first and team 6. So next one will send Rabun Gap to the line. And Keelan with a great pump fake, and another foul on number 33, Gabe Wisnitzer. Back-to-back. So instead, Keelan's going to go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. What's been your highlight so far for this game tonight for the Greenies?
My favorite play so far has to be the dunk Jalen LeCue had on the one Rabun Gap defender who didn't even attempt to block the shot or even play defense. He just ducked over, and it was pretty nice. But for the Greenies, it's really just to see them come together and play so well. Just put a full game together. As you see, they're still pouring it on.
Oh, and Thompson, that's just pretty to watch. I mean, he moves down the court. As McFall is dribbling, and number 4, Graham Jump, checks in for Rabun Gap. He's a junior. McFall with an easy basket. He got the mismatch against Thompson right there, so.
Yeah, he used the height advantage there.
Yeah, Rabun Gap took advantage of that. Great play there. And a substitution timeout for the Greenies. LaCroix's going to check in for Barry. Barry, what a great game for Barry. I really loved watching him tonight. I thought he played one of his best games so far. And the students right now singing some Silent Night. They are loving this game.
Yeah, they gave the fans what they wanted to see, and that was Max LaCroix checking into the game, so pretty excited.
And you know what? When the Greenies win, everybody on campus is happy. I mean, it's hard not to be.
That is the truth.
The students, nothing gets them going. Doesn't matter if they're down about exams. Doesn't matter that they still have 5 more days before break. If the Greenies win some basketball games, they're not complaining.
Yeah, let's talk about Max LaCroix a little bit. We don't get to see him much in these in most of these games, but still a very talented basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
His main sport's baseball, I believe.
You're
but
right.
Very athletic, and he shows that he's on the varsity basketball team here, which is something in itself.
Yeah, and another thing about Max is last year he actually played JV basketball for the Greenies. Phenomenal player. Averaged about 22 points a game. So, I mean, he he definitely deserves a spot on varsity, which he has earned, as Keelan, he fires a 3.
And earned, I believe, is the correct word because nothing was given to him. He's worked very hard to be on this team, and it's great to see him get some minutes here in a really important game.
Oh, there's no question. A conference game is an important game as Stone drives the baseline, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And, yeah, a conference game against number 2 team most likely in the conference. It's no game to be taken lightly. So, looks like the Greenies with about a minute, 22 seconds left they're going to come away with a comfortable win. They're up by
19.
20 now.
Oh, 20 now, yeah.
I was waiting for that free throw.
I didn't know if you were just can't add or something.
No, don't worry about that. Deontay Green, number 22, he's going to check in for the Greenies and for Brandon Stone. So everybody touching the court tonight for the Greenies. And number 55, Keelan with the ball. He drives. And an offensive charge. Great play there by number 2, Lash, to get in front of Keelan. And Keelan's going to foul out with that last one. So a minute now. Greenies up by 20 with the ball. So for those of you watching, we thank you again for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this one. Everybody here in the Greenie Dome really did. So with that being said, remember to, Kojak Thompson can't get that one to go. But remember to check the Twitter account or the Christ School website for upcoming games during that John Wall tournament. And Wisnitzer, he dunks one. Wow, this place loved that.
That was beautiful ball movement there.
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, just a bang-bang play right to Wisnitzer, who just slammed it home. He's excited. He's grinning down there. He's all fired up.
As McFall can't get that one to go. And the clock is slowly going to run out. 10 seconds now. McFall drives in, can't get to go, and the Greenies are going to win. Your final score is 68-46. 68-46 is the final. A balanced scoring right there for the Greenies. A great game to watch, great game to commentate. What impressed you the most, Hunter?
I mean, I know we've harped on it a bunch here, but the chemistry was really impressive. This Christ School team is starting to come together, and if they can just keep building and building on it, they're gonna be looking real good by the time playoffs roll around, and that's what we're hoping for here.
Yeah, you're right. The chemistry looked great. The passing, the ball movement, the defense, the energy, all positives. I can't think of one negative right now for the Greenies. All I know is that later in the season, that's going to be an important win. Right now, it's a conference win, so we'll see how that puts us. I think we're now 2-0 in the conference, and so we'll have some more conference games later in January. We've got the John Wall Invitational, as we've said multiple times. Tune in for that, to the Twitter account, to the Christ School website. You can find it probably anywhere. There's probably a live stream there, so we hope you all watch that. And from the Greenie Dome and the Christmas spirit here, we wish you a happy holidays, and we thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.